Let's go. What's up, everybody? It's your boy 210 Gains, and welcome to 210 Gains Fishing. Today we're going to talk about Brownic Lake and how I catch them at Brownic Lake and what do I use and what's line size, reels, what rod. This lake here, if you do not know about it, it is 17 miles off of San Antonio, off of Highway 37. It is a freshwater lake with a saltwater species. And so it blows my mind, right? So I've never fished it before in the past. I've always been creek fishing for bass, and I still have bass videos coming up on this channel. But we're going to just talking about the Brownic Lake fishery and what I use personally to catch these redfish. And I've caught plenty. You know, I've gone all the way down to the creeks, and I've caught up to a 34-inch red. You know, and that's my biggest red I've ever caught, and which I'm very proud of because I've never catch anything like that. Not even on bass. I've never caught anything as big as that, but that was a pretty big redfish, and I will be posting that link, the video, on my Instagram, and I'll show you exactly where it's at down below. So go ahead and check that out. Check that out. Go ahead and give that a follow. If you like what I see, y'all see. Sorry. So what I use is crankbaits here. I have a whole bunch of crankbaits. I am a bass fisherman, like I said. I always throw crankbaits. So I have the way I catch the reds exactly the same off the bank. It's just like the way like how I use it for bass fishing. You know what I mean? But this is the main color. I'm gonna show you exactly what the main colors and what are the rattles and what everything, you know, how I would catch them. Everybody else that uses live bait, I'm pretty sure you can catch them the same way with live bait. But for me, I like to chunk and wind. I mean, just repeated cast. You know, just going boom, 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 boom. Just throwing it to the bank, bringing it back as fast as possible or as slow as possible. Just depending how the water clarity, if there's wind coming in, things like that. So let's go ahead and let's dive into the crankbaits that I do use. The ones that I have caught, I've caught a couple on. I gotta bring it down some because I've caught them on a square bill that runs 5 to 6 feet, which is this one here. And if you can hear this is a 2.5. If you can hear this, it has a whole bunch of rattles. It's not a hard knock. It's a regular rattle bait. Runs 5 to 6 feet deep. I got this one personally custom made because of that reason. Because when I found out exactly how to catch them, I knew the color that I was going to need. I used to throw maybe like a smaller square bill. I used to throw a smaller square bill that had like a different color. It was like maybe something like this. See how this is like a little shad pattern? Because there is a lot of shad there. White with a black back. But I've noticed that when I've caught them on anything that has a white with a different color on it, the one I used to catch it on before was a white with a purple back. And they would bite the bait, you know, and I would always catch them on the back end or on the bottom, like sideways like this. They would eat it. They would eat it this way, but not the whole bait inside their mouth, you know. But they would eat it. They would bite on it, but it wasn't very good. I've never lost a fish, but a lot of them were real small, and I would get the bite, but I know I wouldn't lose them because they're tough skin. Their skin's not really soft like bass. I knew I wasn't gonna lose them, but a lot of times it wouldn't eat the bait all the way. So I went ahead and swapped it to a 1.5 as well. This is a 1.5 square bill crankbait. And this color right here, they would engulf the entire crankbait. The entire crankbait was gone. And what was mind blowing to me is that I didn't get to the fish didn't break off the line because they have pretty sharp teeth, you know. They eat it all, and with the top of the teeth, it will rub it all off. And so I'm surprised I didn't break the line off. And I was only using 15-pound test. 15-pound test on a medium crankbait. I mean, on a medium rod, I'm sorry. A 7-foot medium rod. Medium rod, and the reason why I went medium rod is because of the parabolic action that it has. So in other words, when the fish would bite onto the bait, it wouldn't come out right away of their mouth. Like as soon as you feel it, you wouldn't, you know, set the hook. You wouldn't rip it out of his mouth. So I would let them eat it with the bend of the bait. I mean the rod. I'm sorry. But the bend of the rod is what I use so they can engulf the bait and keep it in their mouth longer, and that way they can get a good hook set. And with this color, with the one that's all white, it's just like this. It's a 1.5. I actually have it still rigged onto one of my rods on that side, but it's a 1.5 all white. It's all white. This one I have a guy making for me. All these custom white baits, you won't find them at the Bass Pro Shops. Maybe you might, but I mean to make the travel all the way out to Bass Pro Shops, and then look around. By the time you know it, you're buying something else. So I wanted what I wanted, and I wanted it all white. An all white lure seems to be the key on cranking. Now I use a crank, like I said, I use it on a crankbait rod. I use it on a crankbait rod at 7 foot long, medium action, 15-pound test on a 5:3 to 1 gear ratio, or a 6:1 to 1, or a 6:3 to 1. You don't need an expensive rod to catch them. As long as you can catch them as long as you catch him and you leave the drag, when he takes off, as long as you have enough line, you can fight the fish. You know what I mean? You don't need a 30-foot rod on a 200-pound test or whatever, a real heavy line. You know, I use light line. I use really light line. On the speed retrieve, I try to crank it as fast as I can on the 5:3 to 1, which is still slow. The 5:3 to 1 will no matter how hard you crank, it's still running slow. You know what I mean? It's a 5:3 to 1 gear ratio. The 6:3 to 1, I do it quicker for like a reaction bite, but that's more in the bass section. You know what I mean? On the reds, that's exactly how I catch them. I catch them on a white crankbait, all white. And I'm pretty sure if you throw a jig, a swimming jig, and do the exact same thing, I'm sure you'll catch them. Like on some that does not have any rattles, like this one. This one, the one I believe I had lost one. It got snagged. And it was a 1.5, and it had no rattles in it. It was a silent bait. And a lot of times with their lateral lines, they can feel that regardless of if it has rattles or not. So as long as they can feel that and they see it, man, you're gonna get bit all the time. A lot of times on the ones without rattles are really, really good. And so this is exactly what I use. Now, if anybody that's in the San Antonio area, and this one has rattles, anybody in the San Antonio area that would like a custom lure, you know, that would like one made from a friend of mine that does custom lures himself. I don't know if I want to shout out his name or not, but you know, it's just up to him. But he's a good friend of mine. He's a cool friend. He's helping me out a lot. Just comment on the section below, and I'll get in touch with you, and we'll link up with him. Now this bait right here I have, it's all white. And it has a little bit of a pearl side. This is the custom one I got made for myself. It's all white, the white back. A little bit of pearl. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a holographic on the side. Now, another thing you would want to always do when you get crankbaits, well, not from this guy. If you get these made, custom made, they would always come with short shank hooks, QD short shank hooks, and these are very, very sharp. You're never gonna lose a fish, as long as you don't keep that tight tension. As long as you don't have a lot of tension on it, and you know you're gonna break the line. You only have 15-pound test. You can use heavier line, but it won't run as deep. It won't run the true depth that it runs. And this one runs 2 to 5 feet deep. So the lighter the line, like say if I use 12-pound test, this will go all the way to 5. But right now I'm using 15, so it'll stay within that 3 to 5, maybe 3 to 5, 3 to 5. It won't go any deeper, but you will catch them. You will. I promise you will catch them. Just chunk it wine, chunk it wine, chunk it wine. That's all it is. You know, just keep covering water. Cover water. Cover a lot of water. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. And you know what I mean? And a lot of times you'll get the bite. You will get the bite. They're just like bass. They're always in the little lily pads, or I mean around the lily pads, or in the little weeds, all around the bank, man. Rock especially too. I'm pretty sure they're on the rock. Like, I will have a video coming up next soon when I do go out, and I'll show you exactly what I used, which will be this, and how to catch them and where to catch them. No matter what time of the season, it's a power plant lake, and so the water is always nice and warm there, so it should be really good. But for bass, you know, I could always show y'all later in another video exactly what I use to catch. I will be going to Choke Canyon. I'll show you exactly what I have. Man, I can't wait till later on in the season when I want to catch bass and throw this bad boy. I've caught one once before on this rat. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but I've caught them before. You can see the teeth marks. Here, let me turn it this way. You can see the teeth marks right around the ear. I have a picture of it too. I have a picture of the bass that I caught on this. So he bit it straight from the bottom of that. Boom! He just took it in. And so that was, and I threw it on braided. You could tell. I still have a little bit of braided line, but this was maybe like a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago when I threw it. I haven't got into bass fishing until now. You know, I'm just getting back into it, and I decided to make another fishing channel. Like I said, my other fishing channel is Jump 2530. If you look them up, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's all about creek fishing and Lake Dunlap or McQueenie. I used to fish those two as well, but I can't wait. I can't wait to go out there. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. This will be for bass, but right now we're talking about Brownic Lake and redfish. So it's actually pretty exciting to wanting to do on that right there. But that's the main color, guys. Is you can use any other color. You can use chartreuse. I've never thrown chartreuse. I've never thrown chartreuse colors in Brownic Lake because of the water clarity. It's actually still staying, and you would want to throw chartreuse, but I feel like I catch more on a white lure, and it's like a bright white. It's not a faded white. It's a bright white. I'm pretty sure you can see it. Like I said, the vibration and everything. It's a great bait. It's a great bait. It's a great bait. So stay tuned, guys. I will come out with a video when I go out into the lake. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about and how to catch them. So stay tuned with that. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See y'all in the next video. Peace out, man.